Welcome to Spillin Sweet Tea, the podcast that pours out the good happening all around us. I'm your host, Morgan Robinson, and each week we are sharing uplifting stories from inspiring people that remind us we're more connected than we think. So, grab your favorite beverage, settle in, because we're only spilling the sweetest kind of tea. You're ready. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, our guest today is one of my favorite human beings, the amazing Chris Gosses. Chris is a talented photographer and the president of Rainbow Pride of West Virginia. He's passionate about storytelling and community and uses his lens and his leadership to highlight the beauty of authenticity while working to build a more inclusive and welcoming West Virginia. Probably the best version of our state that we can build. I feel like you're a major bricklayer in that.
Well, I appreciate that. But thanks for having me here. Yeah. Thanks for the nice words.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. You didn't have to pay me, which is lovely. Pay me in hugs. That's all I need.
Can we just have like a hug break in the middle of this?
Absolutely. Okay, yeah. I feel like that's something I need to add in.
Yeah. Hug break.
Hug break. Yeah. Let's get right to it. So, what is bringing you the most joy lately?
Oh my gosh, that's so loaded right now. I tell you, I'm trying so hard not to make
I feel like you're going to make this naughty. And I'm here for it. We love a naughty segment.
So what's bringing me joy is that new TV show, Heated Rivalry.
Oh my gosh. So Maria and I talk about that constantly.
Exactly.
Yes,
so I'm on so many text threads with people, and I'm in text threads with straight women about it, right?
Yeah.
However, that being said, we're at Pride. We're about to do watch parties for that at our new Pride Center.
Smart.
But that is bringing me joy because I love seeing people's reactions to it. Yeah. And I love the conversations it's starting.
Absolutely.
And I love that it's people not only within the gay community, the LGBTQ community, but it's people, allied people, and people outside of. I even follow a podcast where it is straight men that are like reviewing TV shows and do sports things, and they're having like serious conversations about like what's happening, and they're getting emotionally involved. We'll take it. But it's pretty great. So that is bringing me joy right now. Something that brings me joy on the regular is I love seeing connections, right? And I love seeing people engaging and trying to lift other people up. And I say that coming off of, last night we had a board meeting at Rainbow Pride of West Virginia.
Was it 3 hours long?
It was 2. Okay. Yeah, they're not as long. I tried to trim them down.
No, I appreciate it.
Oh my gosh. But we have a lot of stuff to talk about.
No, it's great. It's all wonderful things.
Yeah, folks don't know. They just don't realize.
They don't realize. They don't realize also how much work goes in that you are all volunteers.
Yeah, all volunteers.
And it's it's a tremendous amount of pressure. Mm-hmm. It's a tremendous amount of work to make the things that we see happen that just feel so flawless, seamless, and like part of the community. I digress, but go on.
Well, and bringing me joy is folks who show up just to be involved, to find community or to be a part of something, or even just to lend a hand, and watching people that are in the room that are generally quiet and trying to gain their footing, and then 2 or 3 meetings later, we have one meeting every month, they're just coming out of their shell, they're engaging. Yep. We're seeing that personality flourish.
Yeah, find that voice.
And then we're seeing them, out in public the same way, just showing up authentically as themselves and feeling comfortable to do that. So that brings me a lot of joy.
I feel like you're right on, though, that connection builds confidence. Mm-hmm. And I don't think people realize that so much, just what a simple connection will do, let alone a connection with an entire organization of like-minded humans that are really just working together to make something better. Right. What a wonderful thing to be part of. And I remember, in my 20s, 5 years ago, in my 20s, still. I was really focused on like what the organization was going to do for me that I was volunteering for, right? I'm on this like upward climb. I think a lot of us do that. Who am I going to meet? How am I going to learn, build my skill set? And it's so, I don't know, like more genuine and comforting to be now in my 40s and saying, what can I do for them? Yeah. And I feel like that's really what the heart of volunteerism is how can my skills, my time, my passion serve someone else? Right. And neither is a wrong way to volunteer. We need both types, right? But I think having that connection and just people feeling that level of comfort and what they're doing for someone else, amazing.
Totally. And even to kind of expand on that a little bit more, like even with Rainbow Pride of West Virginia or any LGBTQ social advocacy group, you know, as gay folk, whether we're where we are in our journey, whether we're coming out, whether we're realizing the totality of our lives and our identities, how we're expressing ourselves, how we fit within our own community at home, you know, our work life, our family life, but even being completely out and living your life openly, every interaction, every day is at times a conscious decision because you're navigating how you present, how you talk, what you reference, what pronouns you use when you're talking about the people in your life. When you talk about where you're vacationing, you know, the music that you're into, the clothing that you want, you know, everything, whether, you know, we're conditioned as we age as gay folk to, you know, that's part of our lives.
Yeah.
You know, and so when we're younger and we're trying to figure that all out, aside from the stuff that young people try to figure out anyway.
Absolutely.
That's that extra layer.
Yeah.
So finding a space where you're comfortable, where you don't have to think about those things, and you're part of a group of people, a community, not just within the organization, but the greater community too, you know, that you can hold someone's hand if you want to.
Yeah.
You know, you can say, oh my, you know, I could say my boyfriend or my partner.
Yep.
Without, you know, and mind you, I did a photo shoot in a coal mine once, and it was me and the marketing person and two coal miners in a coal car. We were like 8 seams down.
Hate that.
When they asked me about I know.
Terrifying.
It was cool though.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
When they asked me about my wife,
Yeah.
I just said she's great.
Sometimes it's...
I mean, I'm like...
I want to be serious and say I hate that you felt that fear, but I feel like you and I are close enough to be like, I get.
And
yeah,
also, it was one of those
it.
decisions where it's like, you know, I don't hide my life from my clients.
Right,
you know, and
right.
I don't mask that. But also I was in a situation like, now's not the time to have that conversation.
Yes. I don't need to educate
Like my client
people.
knew.
Right.
But like, you know.
Yeah. This must have been before Tyler Childers' music video.
Yes.
I just like always
This
love
was
to
years
do
ago.
a selfish plug for my boy Tyler from my home state of Kentucky. But yeah,
That's right.
times have changed.
No,
Yeah.
this is- yeah.
I love that though.
So yeah, the joy comes
Yeah.
from that connectedness and that, you know, just
Well, and I feel like
seeing it.
joy is being built.
Yeah.
You know, it can come naturally, but there are so many times we have to have so many hands to build that joy. Tell us about a moment in the last year that really moved you. And I feel like this is timely, right? We're in the new year of 2026. So looking back at 25, was there a time that you felt moved?
I was moved at the Charleston Urban Works Urbanite Awards.
Such a great night.
It was a great night.
Such a great
and
night.
Primarily because I didn't expect or know that
Yeah.
award was happening. And what moved me was not even necessarily the award and that recognition, but it was the amount of people in many spheres of my life that were there just to support me.
Absolutely.
So you see us starting to do the little emotional thing.
Good.
God, I'm a crier. I'm
We
not gonna
love
do
it. No,
We're spilling
would,
sweet
oh my
tea.
God.
We're not
No,
spilling sad tea.
like if we can spill tears.
Right out of the gate.
Right out of the gate. I
Listen.
have tissues and I have someone that can bring them to us if needed. I'm
I
very excited
am
about the crying.
Barely able to not cry when I'm on stage at Pride festivals talking about the community. 'cause
Honestly,
I just get
though,
so proud of
I feel like
progress we've made.
I hate the word vibes because I feel like it's so overused, but I feel like you and I are emotional energy people that like read it from others. And I get that also being part of the audience in Pride of just like, and I do the same thing at music festivals, just being in an audience of people that shoulder to shoulder that are feeling very similar emotions and don't make me cry. I'm only supposed to make you cry. That's what this is all about. But, well, and let me give like a little backstory. So Chris was recently recognized by the Charleston Urban Works as one of our Urbanites of the Year for your work as a photographer. And we talk a lot about the recognition and the work you do as an advocate and as a leader for Rainbow Pride. But I think the way that you mix your profession and your personal passion together, I think that's what comes together in representing community and all these things that we've talked about, and why you were such a perfect person to be able to recognize with that accolade. So, but I fully agree. Being in the room that night as one of the people that loves you, it's so great just to feel that. And there are very few times in our life, which is why I love to give people their flowers while they're here, but there are very few times in our life that you're surrounded by a room full of people who love you, right? And that are actually there presently to show that to you physically, emotionally, whatever. And when all of those very embarrassing headshots went up, it was all love.
You know, as I was realizing that was happening, that Nikki was about, on stage and about to say my name, and I'm like, are you kidding me? And, and again, that is as appreciated as that recognition is, I appreciate that also because oftentimes I'm recognized for my work with Rainbow Pride of West Virginia.
Yeah.
And it's been a minute since I've been recognized as like what my day job, as a photographer.
Yeah.
Because people in my life either know me as a photographer or they know me as the Pride president.
Right.
Now that I've been on the board of the West Virginia Breast Health Initiative for a while, I'm starting to get recognized in that
as
scope
the boob
too.
Guy?
As the no, yes, but no. I mean, we do want to save the tatas.
We do want to save the tatas. We do.
And even now, my involvement in recent years with Festival too.
Yeah.
But so being recognized with the photography and how I even express that in my work, it was nice.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Nice.
Who doesn't like to have people they love cheer them on?
Absolutely. I feel like everyone deserves that moment. Maybe not everybody, but.
Maybe not everybody.
A lot of people we know deserve to have that moment
everyone deserves
of public. Yeah, just how great it feels to be surrounded by that love. Who's someone in your life that inspires you?
There are so many people who inspire me for very different reasons. I think that I'll name drop a little bit. Another person I want to mention, I'm not necessarily going to name drop, but I'll just talk about them.
Okay.
But I'm going to name drop Sarah Bussey, only because we talked about her a little bit ahead of time. Not only because...
Spoiler alert.
Because...
You're going to get to see Sarah.
Sarah,
I'm so excited.
She's just a good human being, right?
Yes.
And she approaches everything with enthusiasm.
Yes.
With heart and compassion.
Yes.
And her only agenda is to help people.
Absolutely.
Like, full stop. Like, it doesn't matter.
Period. Yes.
If I needed a ladder.
Yes. Yes.
It's Sarah. If I needed someone to help drive, a pickup truck to pull the Pride float at the Charleston Christmas Parade, she's part of that conversation.
Absolutely.
And, I don't like to go to the well so many times asking for like, hey, can you help with this? Can you help with that?
Right.
But even when I go to other people, they're like, well, let's talk to Sarah Bussey.
Yeah.
I'm like, I love Sarah Bussey. And Sarah Bussey and I do have a love affair, though.
Good.
And
I'm fully supportive.
Her husband's okay with it.
Yes, I'm sure he is. Yeah.
Yes. So if word ever gets out that I'm like living in Sarah's basement, it's only because we love each other.
Oh my gosh, what a joy though to live in her basement. I would pay money.
So she inspires me, her outlook on life.
Absolutely. Her authenticity.
Her authenticity
inspires me. Yeah.
And she is who she is.
Oh,
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
And she's a force, a positive force. There's another person who inspires me, someone in the Pride community, and it's someone who, over their journey in life and they're transitioning or have transitioned, and just me interacting with the person and seeing their growth as far as their comfort level publicly, whether it's socially, they show up to volunteer and trying to become a part of community. And I'm watching this person more fully embrace themselves and have the confidence to do that. And they don't always knock it out of the park, but they're always pushing themselves forward. And so many people, we have this this natural, you just kind of want to pull back.
Right.
And so there are times whenever I see this individual pulling back, I'm like, hey, how was your day? What's going on? And then all of a sudden this person is putting themselves in situations. I'm like, wow, look at you. Like, I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have that confidence.
Yeah.
And there are other times that it's like this person just needs to take a breath. And I try my best to express that to them because they've inspired me and other people. You know, we're not solving world problems. We're just moving forward in life, being the best version of ourselves that we can be.
Absolutely.
And so that inspires me with that individual too.
That inspires me as well. Well, and just the helping hand literally and metaphorically inspires me because I think there's so many times in our life that we see people pulling back and we don't realize the impact that just one reach out, one text, one question of like, how was your day, can pull them back into reality or pull them back into a sense of themselves. I feel like we take for granted so much interaction, especially in a day with so much technology. How are we actually interacting with people and showing that we care? Because you're ingesting so much about people's lives through a screen that you feel like you're engaging with them, but they have no idea, right? And so I really have tried to start, if someone enters my mind, I text them immediately and say, I don't know why. You're in my mind. I just want to send you a message to say, I love you, I appreciate you, I'm proud, whatever is applicable, because, you know, who knows? Do I believe in all the juju and stuff like that? Yes, a lot of times I do, that like something is calling on me and maybe somebody's having like a bad moment or whatever. Like we are all connected, but I did that to Maria yesterday. I was like, I have no idea why, but I'm driving right now and you're like on my mind so hard. I just want to say, love you.
Right.
That's it.
That's one of the many reasons that I love you.
Oh.
You know, I try to do that.
It's hard. It's hard.
Especially the older I get, you know, because I recognize how I feel when people reach out to me. So, you know, when I'm in a situation or have a moment, I'll recognize. Or just tell someone, hey, I'm thinking about you. How's your day going?
Yeah.
You know, or,
It's so simple. I am so bad at sending thank you cards. I don't know if that's something everybody... So people make fun of me because I will literally, I have a million thank you cards. I will write them. I will put them in an envelope. They will go in my backpack. And then 6 months later, I'll find them.
Okay. The vision of you in a backpack is just, I love
oh my gosh.
But
Ben Robinson, my husband, who we'll get to meet eventually, jokes with me because he's like, he's in here. He's in here.
What?
He's shaking his head behind the camera. Been here? What? Never seen him. He's like, every day when I put my backpack on with my like, laptop, he's like, oh, little Stan's going to school. Like, I mean, yeah. The love is alive. The love is alive.
Well, you're so damn cute.
We're a mess. All right. So we have been talking a lot, so I'm going to skip a couple questions, but I will say,
oh, I have an
You
answer.
have an answer for that one?
Oh my gosh,
Oh my
yes.
God. Okay, I'm excited. What is the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Okay, so part of my excitement to talk about that is because I talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
Someone gave me advice years ago, and it was just through a conversation. You know, it wasn't like I was seeking wisdom, and not like they were like, hey, Chris, I need to tell you this. We were just talking.
Having a combo.
And Kay Albright, who works at Covenant House, Pastor Kay, she said to me, never underestimate the ministry of presence. And so never underestimate the importance and the impact of being present.
Yeah.
And, you know, showing up for Susie's cheerleading event, it's not because you're into cheerleading,
Right.
it's because you're there for Susie and Susie's family. Or, you know, it's not, you know,
Rarely is it about the thing.
correct. It's
right?
about you.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know, someone's has a solo performance at Short Story.
Yeah.
You know, like
yeah.
playing guitar, singing, whatever.
Yes.
Show up for them.
Show up
right?
for them. Yeah.
So being present for people, and people will recognize that, you know, because yes, it is how you make people feel.
Yeah.
Yes, words mean something, but you'll leave people with that feeling that you're trying to connect with them. And because you are trying to connect with them.
Absolutely.
Because you care about other people. Like,
Yeah.
in what universe is it not in fashion to care about your neighbor?
Thank you.
right? I mean, unfortunately, we see it all over the place. But being present for somebody, you're also being present for yourself.
Right.
You know, like
Yes.
when you are lighting a candle on someone else's path, you're also illuminating your own path.
Oh, that's beautiful as well.
I mean,
It's true.
yeah.
And people talk about memories. You have to have the experience to make the memory.
Yeah.
And I love that when you're lighting their candle, you're illuminating your own path. Everyone wins. You know, everyone is touched by that. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love all of that. I feel like there were 3 pieces of advice in that, which is wonderful.
You know, it's part of what I love about, it's part of what I love about photography. And also my work in the nonprofit world, because, you know, even if it's just me photographing an event, but I'm trying to capture moments.
Yes.
People being
Yes.
present.
Yeah.
You know, you know, if there's other things, it's a headshot or, you know, a building, that's different, you know. But you're still trying to, even with a headshot, you're trying to get that look in the eye. You're
Absolutely.
trying to make the
Oh my
connection.
gosh.
So it looks like
Yes.
them, and it's not just like, you know, some weird smile. or
Right.
something.
Well, and I think too, like people get headshots because they have a new job or because they've received a promotion or something. It's usually a milestone that people are like, oh, I need to update these. Or they, you know, have changed their physical appearance or are more confident. I think those are really beautiful. And the same with buildings. It's either something historical that has so many stories to tell, or it's an accomplishment of a whole team of architects and engineers and visionaries that have put it together. I mean, truly, when we say a picture tells, you know, it says 1,000 words, it does, because each one of those images is a pinpoint of time that something has occurred.
Yeah.
So,
Totally.
say,
Yeah, even, you know, even making a connection with your subject, whether it's a living, breathing person or an entity, it's still your vision of that,
yeah,
your perception of that, because you're present,
yeah,
you know.
absolutely.
And that person's present. I mean, you could have the most amazing photographer, and they can master lighting, master
Yep.
composition, but you're just not connecting with the subject, you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The comfort's not there.
Right.
All right, my favorite question. If your life had a soundtrack, what song would be playing? And is it Madonna? It has to be.
First of all, knowing that you were going to ask me about music, I listen to a lot of music, but I struggle to find something that I can hang my head on as much as I do Madonna.
Yeah.
I mean, I call her my Donna. I mean,
I love that.
once a year, even with Rainbow Pride of West Virginia, we do a turnabout. Well, you know this. We do the turnabout drag bingo. It's a turnabout drag show is when people who don't perform in drag get into drag and then do a performance. And I knew when I got on the board, now a decade.
Oh
this
my
is
gosh,
a decade.
that's amazing. And 30-year anniversary for
30-year anniversary of Rainbow
Rainbow
Pride
Pride
of West Virginia.
this year.
A lot of people don't realize that. This organization has been
Amazing.
grassroots, all volunteer for 30 years as
Yeah.
of 2026,
Yes,
which is monumental.
absolutely.
Yeah. So knowing that I was going to have to get into drag, you know, and I love drag queens. I love the talent, the artistry, the theater of it, and the expression of it. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's dark, you know.
Yeah.
It's whatever
Tells
the
the
person
story.
brings to
Yeah.
it. Whimsical. So my persona is Mandana, because you know, Mandana doesn't shave her chest.
Right. Bandana is larger than life,
Larger
mainly
than
because
life.
of the wig.
The wig, and I'm also a big man. And Vicki Williams, Ted Brightwell, puts me in drag every year, and I perform mashups to Madonna music.
Yes.
And it's always something different, and sometimes I'll have backup dancers. And of course, I can't dance. You know, I have no rhythm.
That is-
I'm rhythmically challenged.
No.
But it's a great time. But Madonna's song "Express Yourself"
Oh,
is
so
one of my
good.
favorites because I'm aging myself. I still remember being that I think I was 13 or 14 years old, but that teenage kid getting that album, that cassette,
Oh,
right?
Yes.
For the first time.
Yes, yes.
sitting on the floor in my bedroom, reading the lyrics in the,
Pulling out the
jacket.
That was so, what a
right?
great moment. Yeah.
And reading the lyrics while I'm listening to the song. And I just remember this song spoke to me as a teenager. And over the years, like, is it because of the relationship? Is it because, the love?
Yeah.
It's like standing up for yourself and for who you are and what you want and what you deserve in life.
Absolutely.
Right? And so I think that express yourself is so cliched of me, but it's probably tops on the soundtrack of my life. However, YouTube Music did tell me that I played the hell out of Lady Gaga's Abracadabra last year.
Well, as you should. And that actually, what a great bridge, because I was going to say, it's amazing the impact that pop culture has that people, maybe they think about, I think not a lot of times, but Lady Gaga was this new generation's way of finding acceptance in a place. The Little Monsters, like a place in a group that you feel like this belonging. Same with Heat of Rivalry, and it starts conversations. It creates comfort. It builds confidence, and it's art, but it's entertainment, and it's a way for people. And we're going to talk about this in small town Appalachia that can still engage on a streaming service or online to say, I'm not the only one.
Right.
And to feel like there is an acceptance and there is a place and there is a community and all of those things. What positive changes have you seen in the recent years, specifically here in Appalachia, that give you hope for the future?
So my perspective is rather, I come from a place of bias.
Yeah.
Because with all the behind the scenes work that I do with Rainbow Pride of West Virginia, yes, I see the negative, very aware, and try to, I don't want to sugarcoat the negative that's out there.
Absolutely.
But I also see the overwhelming positive interactions and even intent, right? Like even in the last decade of me being involved with Rainbow Pride of West Virginia, you want to talk about just attendance, right? Let's talk about attendance at the Pride Festival. We went from the very first, it was more of like a march at the Capitol.
Yeah.
300 people were there.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got involved, because Pride, like any organization, there are ups and downs, peaks and valleys.
Yeah.
And so that's when I showed up, and I'm like, well, I want to lend my voice and help because I've lived other places, because I'm not a native.
Right.
I've been in West Virginia for going on 18 or is it 19 years? Oh my gosh, I have to do the math. I have to take my shoes off to do the math. And so I'm not a native, but I'm like, I'll help, right?
Yeah.
Because I have ideas.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was going to turn into what
it is now.
Right?
Yeah.
But the amazing support from neighbors, from people, clergy, people of faith, from small businesses, and it's not just in the Charleston area, it's all over the state, right? And I often talk about and tell people from my perspective and my experience, the one demographic, if you will, of folks who don't engage with the gay community here and the LGBTQ community tends to be those people running for office.
Yeah.
Which is so bizarre.
Yeah.
And so out of touch.
Right.
Because we have, Rainbow Pride of West Virginia, it's a non-political organization. It's about social advocacy, community building, outreach, trying to be a better resource for everyone in the community and our allies. We have certain values that we stand behind and try to uplift, but we try to do that in a way that doesn't put other people down.
Right.
Right. We've been working on extending our hand across tables and adding more seats at our table because we want to be at the table as well, because we are at the table.
Right. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so I see so much momentum. Like in 2025 at our Pride Festival, talking about those attendance numbers, we hit approximately 14,000 attendees at our Pride Festival.
From 300 at a march to 14,000 in downtown Charleston.
And listen, for the last 2 years, Charleston Tourism has been doing an economic impact survey and visitor analysis report for us. And we are so excited. We're about to do a press release, so you're kind of really getting the tea first.
I'm very excited.
I did talk about this at our New Year's Eve event and told people who were in attendance there But we had, on the city of Charleston, we had a 2.9 million economic impact on the city of Charleston.
That's amazing.
Yes. We're the only,
oh my gosh.
I'm going to go out there and say this without me knowing, because there are a lot of events that happen in Charleston.
Right.
But we're the only all-volunteer organization
Yes.
that has that type of impact.
Yeah.
And the amazing thing about that is it's not just Charlestonians. It's not just people from southern West Virginia.
Right.
It's from people all over West Virginia that come to Charleston because of our Pride Weekend and because the community that our community is fostering and creating.
Absolutely.
And we're getting visitors from Pittsburgh, from Columbus, even from DC, people coming to Charleston to celebrate that with us.
And that's in addition to the tri-state. I mean, we're right here with Kentucky, Ohio, and I would argue that the Charleston Pride Festival, Charleston and Huntington working together, are probably the two festivals that are most widely attended by those outlying cities as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, there's always room for growth.
Right.
There's always room for improvement to make things better, especially in today's culture. But we have such momentum on our side with wind to our backs in so many ways.
Yeah.
And so what I'm trying to do is we're trying to maximize on that. Like even with our Rainbow Pride Center, we opened that in February of 24, and we're making that more accessible to folks. Again, all volunteers, so we don't have strict hours that we're open. We do a trans support group there. We do monthly meetings. We're about to do those, I said the heated rivalry, view parties. We have a great partnership with our landlord, Element Federal Credit Union, and the Element Edge. So even opening up that space, and there's just so many other businesses and individuals and kind-hearted, decent people who want to help their neighbors and just get involved and be a support system. So it's for us to utilize that and take advantage of that.
You've built a community that exists outside of your immediate audience, and that's huge.
Right. That's also why being present in more spaces than just what are typically queer spaces, right? Like, it's important to have queer spaces. It's important to have LGBTQ-centric spaces for us, just like it is any community.
Right.
But it's also important for us to be in the Charleston Christmas Parade, for us to have our Christmas tree downtown during the Holly Jolly Brawley, for us to participate in the mac and cheese cook-off, which is one of my favorite cook-offs.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
And even that being said, with those few things, I love participating in that and people telling me that they were looking forward to our rainbow mac and cheese.
I would say
again.
it's so.
Or their grandkid couldn't wait to get the rainbow mac and cheese again. Now, mind you, it has to be a good mac and cheese recipe.
And the rainbow certainly helps.
The rainbow helps, but that's what we are.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that I am very optimistic, and I have to be.
Yeah.
Even as things get tough for our community, I'm constantly looking at the angles of, okay, we have to address the challenge, and we have to overcome as we can, how we can, but we have to lift people up because we have to have hope.
Yeah.
Right? And damn you.
I love it.
One thing that I love about the gay community over time is whenever our community is attacked. And whenever we are marginalized and whenever we are othered, right, we create humor. We find community. We create art. Some beautiful things. We turn strife into beauty.
Yeah. You have the audacity to dream and to do.
That's right.
And to hope and to share,
right,
which I think is the best part, because we all learn and we're all positively impacted from those decisions to take that pain and turn it into more passion.
Totally. And, even on a basic level, there's a self-preservation,
Yeah.
because sometimes it's like, I have to climb that hill again.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm going to look awesome climbing that hill.
Yes.
And I'm going to have the best time.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I'm going to bring all the
I was
fabulous
saying I've
people
got
with
everybody
me.
with me.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Even, someone asked me years ago when I was first getting involved with Rainbow Pride of West Virginia, how I can represent my entire community appropriately and accurately, because I'm cisgender white male,
Yeah.
I'm middle-aged, right? I present the way I present. This is my drag. This is how I present myself to the world. I'm a polo shirt wearing, t-shirt wearing kind of guy.
And you make it look good.
Oh, thanks. And and not everyone in my community presents themselves the same way as I do, and that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Right. But it's my job and it's my responsibility to bring them with me.
With you. Yes.
Into every room that I walk into. So
It's a good thing you have such big, beautiful, broad shoulders.
oh, she said beautiful. She said beautiful. So, I don't always succeed, but even if I can open doors and walk into doors that other people in my community can't.
Yeah.
So whether I'm physically bringing them into the room with me, which oftentimes I try to, if I can, or I'll share stories.
Yeah.
We'll have conversations.
Yeah.
One of the most profound conversations that I had with someone years ago is we were talking with this president of another organization, and they wanted to have a LGBTQ themed evening because one of their artists they were having was a trans individual.
Oh.
And so we met and we talked about the logistics of it and how it would work. And this person was not very versed in the gay community. And of course, we're talking about trans issues. And I started asking the questions, and we got on the topic of bathrooms.
Oh.
And I told him, I said, trans people just want to use the bathroom. Like when a trans person walks into a room, whether they're going, and this is, again, I'm not trans, so I'm speaking from stories.
Right.
Not my lived experience. Hopefully my respect for their lived experience, right? But they have to think about where they're going throughout the day, right? And so they have to think about, they get to a space, some have to weigh the bathroom situation.
Absolutely.
If they're going to be welcome
Yes.
in which bathroom they choose to use, right? Based off of how they're presenting. So then they have to think about how much they're drinking at an event or at a restaurant, what they had to eat earlier in the day.
Gosh. Yep.
Like, think about that.
Right.
Think about the things that we take for granted. That, like, we're sipping the tea.
We are so
as we're spilling the tea.
Yeah.
And but if you're going to somewhere else later today, you have to think about those things, right? And is there a lock on the door? Is there a safe space? Like, are you going? Who's in the room that could have a problem
with? Yeah.
Right? Like,
really reading the entire space.
Like, just to use the bathroom, right? Not that I'm making this all about that, but those conversations, even talking to that individual, he's like, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
I'm like, right. But why would you? Because that's not your life.
It's not your life, right?
And you haven't been exposed to that
if you've never been
conversation.
exposed to it, right. Yeah.
So having those conversations and being present in different spaces is really important.
Yeah.
Because the more you see someone else as a human and not about what you think
they should, yeah.
it should be.
Yeah.
I mean, we could solve a lot of problems, right?
Yes, absolutely. That's amazing.
I mean, that's very surface level.
No,
right,
but I think it's important to be stuff, because I do think just the sheer taking for granted of simple situations that we're in on a daily basis is something that people don't think about. because we're privileged and we don't have to.
That's right. And, I recognize my privilege, and saying that someone has privilege doesn't mean that they didn't have to have any struggles.
Absolutely. Right.
Every human being has struggles, but these are the things that I'm not struggling,
Yes.
my gender identity is not my struggle. My race is not my struggle. My gender is not my, you know what I mean? So I come from a place of privilege. So how do you use that?
Right.
And so if I can open a door and I can walk into it, come on
with me.
folks, let's go.
The more the merrier.
Right.
Yeah.
And look at what we build with it.
30 years, 10 years.
Right.
300 people, 14,000 people, and almost $3 million for the city.
And now a community center and
how many lives have been saved? I don't even want to say changed, saved because of that organization. I think that's something we all need to think about.
Right.
Yeah.
And standing on the shoulders of those who came before.
Yes.
And hopefully setting it up.
For the next generation.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are going to pour one out right now. We're going to take a moment, which I think you did.
I don't even know what that means.
Pour one out. I mean, you don't know what pour one out means.
I mean, I do, but I don't know in this context.
Do not get out your Urban Dictionary.
And this is not vodka, by the way. It's clear.
This is not Fireball.
Damn
it. It's too early.
We need a do-over.
That's the after hours. That's on my OnlyFans.
It's
No, I wish. If I could sell feet pics, I wouldn't be here right now. It'd be great. No one wants to see these size 6.5 little sausages.
Little sausages. I love you, so I would subscribe, but I would never look.
No. I'm just here for the support.
I'd be like, take my money. Take my money. You know what? I'll just give you the $10 a month. I wouldn't subscribe.
This is my donation, so I don't have to. It doesn't just creep up in my. So pouring one out, we're taking a moment. To recognize someone who's making a difference. This is we talked about giving flowers, and I know we've talked about who inspires us, but really just a quick gratitude, someone who deserves a shout out to say, keep doing what you're doing. Thank you for what you're doing. We appreciate you. Got anybody that comes to mind immediately?
Oh my gosh,
you probably have 100 people that come to mind, I would say,
tough,
which is great.
Because it's for so many different reasons. And it's all who comes to mind. It's because, it's January, so it's, Pride, the festival is just a few months away. So all the logistics and everything that has to happen. And I'll tell you who deserves recognition on the regular, Sammy Magner.
Oh, yes.
And I know he's received recognition before, but he
never enough.
Never enough.
Never enough.
And so Sammy, aside from his involvement with Regatta, with Girls Night Out, there's just so many other things that I can't even put my finger on, but it's events, right?
Yes.
And Sammy has been involved with Rainbow Pride of West Virginia. I think he told me the other day it's been almost 18 years, maybe 19.
Gosh.
And Sammy's position on the board is the only appointed position. So he's not voted in like the rest of us are. He is always appointed by the president of Rainbow Pride of West Virginia. And he had committed years ago to only be there for, I think, 10 years or something like that.
He has a 10-year commitment to every organization.
Yes.
We had a conversation as a whole.
Yep.
Yes, yeah.
And he and I were even just talking the other day that, he decided to stick around with me being president, which I appreciate.
Right.
Because I can't imagine functioning through this without him.
Invaluable.
But Sammy, he needs recognition. He needs an award named after him.
Yes.
And, Sammy's just so fun and free-spirited.
Yeah.
And I don't know, happy-go-lucky comes to mind. He's not happy-go-lucky, but Sammy's just a good person, right?
You always want to have him in your corner.
Yes, he's
indispensable. But at an event.
We used to refer to him as our special events coordinator and festival coordinator, but now he is our festival and logistics coordinator.
Perfect. I mean, he's just the doer of all things.
Yeah, he knows whether it's the legalities, the contracts, the state level, the local city level, you name it.
Amazing.
And he
would never want to have this conversation with me, but I would love for him to. So we have to work on that.
Agreed.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to do we're going to do our sip list. So this is something we do every program. just a quick roundup. I think I already know the answer for the first one. What are you watching right now?
I'm so stereotypical.
Heated Rivalry, down.
But also there's a new Star Trek series coming out.
Oh my gosh, I totally forgot.
I'm a geek from
That
way
is
back.
like, we need part 2 because Chris is such a nerd, y'all. I love that you're a Trekkie.
Such a nerd.
It's so cute.
I love it.
You do love it. It's very unexpected too, if you like, for your surface level, talking about it. Like, you wouldn't look at you and be like, oh, live long and prosper.
Love that. You know, I was wearing a Star Trek cutoff shirt to the gym one day, and it says Trekkie.
Yeah.
And a guy at the gym looked at me and he goes, "You don't see shirts like that in here often." And I looked at him and I was like, "Why? Because I don't look like a Trekkie?" He's like, "No, because you're in a gym wearing a shirt that says Trekkie." I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
that's fair. You know, I'm not at home like watching other,
Yeah.
which it is fun to.
It is fun to just, yeah. One thing you're reading or listening to?
So I'm not.
Are you not a reader?
I'm not a reader unless it's like 90% photos.
Ooh. Okay. Into. Well, you're a photographer, visual.
Right, as I look over at Ben, another media person.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So I am obsessed. I love books.
Mm-hmm.
And Megan Tarbett can tell you this because even as she was facilitating our One Book, One Pride Pride Book Club for years, right?
Yeah.
And I love having books. I love
The feel, the
all of it.
experience. Yeah.
But I don't have the attention span to read. I have to reread because I'm not completely paying attention.
Yeah.
The last thing that I did like an audiobook for was that Mel Robbins Let Them theory.
Let them, yeah.
So I did listen to all of that.
Okay.
But
I'll let you talk to Jen about that. You guys
yeah.
can have a whole...
Yeah. So I'm not really reading anything at the moment.
That's all right. You've got too much to do to be reading.
I mean, if this was a different type of tea, we'd be reading everybody because the library is open.
I'm like, yes.
Yes, that's going to turn into vodka.
I love it. Well, I already know the answer to this. Sweet or unsweet tea, ice or hot. You don't like tea.
I don't like tea.
You're not a tea drinker, so you're having your water.
Sometimes
right
I'll drink
now.
green tea if I'm feeling healthy.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, Sam's Club. Very big plug for the Club to be a sponsor because, like, date night at the Club.
First of all, you said the Club.
Oh my God. Let me tell you. You know you're in your 40s when you, like, think that's funny. Wait.
Oh,
Ben and
I wish I were in my 40s.
You're always in your 40s in my heart. Ben and I, our date night is always at the Club. We love a date night at the Club. Get a little four-berry sundae.
God, the music that's going through my
Oh
head
my
right
God.
now.
It is Nelly. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I will say they
And
have...
not the bottom kind.
No.
either. Yeah,
And they have a very delicious green tea there.
Good to know.
Who would you love to spill the tea with? Local and celebrity.
I mean, spilling a different type of tea. Let me tell you, spilling the tea, gay world, I love spilling the tea with, there have been times when I've been hanging out with Priscilla Devine and Olivia Knowles,
Oh, yes.
and the tea is all over the place.
Scalding, too.
It's
I'm
fabulous.
sure. Yes.
Laughter ensues. I love that much. There were a few times, even the Pride New Year's Eve event, Cam Vance, you know, he through his business has been sponsors of Pride, but he's always been involved, and he's now on our Pride board. And every time we'd go to take a drink, he would make a comment about something, and I would say one word, and he would just burst out into hysterics. So we were kind of spilling the tea in a way, because it's in a very safe space, and the comments you're making, you know, it's all
yeah. Like that.
appropriately inappropriate.
In good fun.
Right. So that type of spilling the tea. But I think, you know, spilling the tea and just doing a deeper dive on somebody. Let's go back to Sarah Bussey again, to be honest with you, because like Sarah Bussey is not a surface level person.
Right.
Right. And there's so much depth to Sarah. And even all of her bubbly exuberance.
Yep.
There's a reason she's that way.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So now we are going to pass the cup, if you will. This is a segment that I'm a little bit nervous about. It's where my beautiful guests ask me a question that I do not hear ahead of time. I was not prepped on this. I have no idea what it is. So no heads up, just honesty and off the cuff. So do you have any questions for me?
Now's my time.
Yeah.
So we talk so much on so many different levels, and I don't even know why this came to mind to ask you. But I think it goes back to, my first exposure to Morgan Robinson is just listening to you on the radio when I first moved here.
Yeah.
Ish. Right?
Yeah, probably.
Like how long ago was that?
Well, actually, people think I was on the radio for a lot longer than I was, which I hope is a good thing.
I still describe you as like you were formerly.
Yeah, I think, it really was a huge introduction. I moved here in 2010. I was on the radio in 2013 to 2016.
Oh my God.
So like not super long.
And I moved here in 2007. So
pretty
This is when I was still getting my bearings as to like my place in Charleston.
Yes, yeah.
So when you made that transition, it's funny because it's almost assuming that there was a bigger part of your life than it in the whole story of your life. But making that transition from the Morgan Robinson persona on the radio to the Morgan Robinson that boldly went forward into the world.
Yeah.
From that, because it's a very different. It's a very different path forward,
right?
That you can build upon. But what was your biggest challenge?
So I will say I was not a trained media person. My degree is in public relations. I have a public speaking minor, but I was never that was never my intention, was to go in to do any type of media. So I didn't have that whole create your radio persona. Like I had my own name. I used my own stories. So I was pretty authentically me on the radio, for better or for worse. I'm sure that I said things that probably offended people at times, and it happens because you're human. But I think that was kind of the beauty with Coach and I, is that he was more of a polished professional, and I was kind of a rookie that came in, and we had it was just all about chemistry at that point. Right. So I think the hardest challenge for me was twofold. Was one, feeling like I didn't have that direct line to my community, because as much as we were talking to an audience as like, the people in the backseat of the car as we're, heading down the highway on our way to work in the morning, we were also hearing from them and from people that I've never met from all walks of life that I wouldn't normally associate with, to be able to hear their stories, tell their stories, share in excitement, share in sorrow. What a beautiful gift that was. And I do not take that time for granted, because there were people that trusted us with some of their milestone moments. Today is my child's last day of school, and I remember driving him in the car when he was going to his first day of kindergarten. Can you play this song for me? Yeah. That's a huge moment in someone's life. And we talk about moments and just being present, and to feel like you have a small part in being present in tens of thousands of listeners' lives just for being on the radio. Like what an amazing gift.
What an amazing gift.
In radio, I think we get so much more leeway than you do on TV, right? Sure. Reading the news, because we're talking about the fun things and the things that we can all identify with and resonate with. So I think that was the biggest challenge, was just not having that tin can telephone ear to the community. Right. And knowing that if I wanted to have the same type of connection, I had to go out and build it myself. And so a lot of that was through volunteering or supporting and things like that. But yeah, just feeling it like you're really tied into that thread.
Well, in connection, you are someone who connects with everybody.
Well, thank you.
You do, because you're really sincere and genuine with every interaction I even see you have.
Oh, thank you.
Or, I'm biased on our friendship.
We love that.
Even, whether it's professionally, whatever it is, every sphere of your life that I've observed over the years.
I appreciate that.
Connection's a foundation.
Several things. If I can leave this world an inch better than I found it, but also if people feel seen and appreciated around me, that's really important to me. So I hope that that's what I convey. Yeah. And we all falter, but if I think we're thinking about it, it helps.
That's advice that I give is you can either lift people up or you can tear them down.
And there's really no gray area.
There really isn't.
Yeah.
And so you can even be against something, but you're expressing
Absolutely.
the positive aspect, the alternative. So
Alternative.
you lift people up.
Well, thank you. I try.
You do. My other question was going to be, if that one didn't work,
Yeah.
I was going to ask about the first time you felt the sparks with Ben Robinson.
Oh, that is for another day.
I want the tea.
Well, I'm just gonna.
What was he wearing?
You know what? Well,
Where were you?
I will have Ben here.
Did you know his last name? Did you know his first name?
I will have Ben as a guest, and we will explore that. But I will give a teaser for it, and I will say, Eddie and the Cruisers. If you know, you know, and probably like nobody else knows. So I'm looking at Ben, but yeah.
I don't know, and it makes me feel conflicted.
Huh? So in honor of being more present and talking about leaving a better impact on the world, I'm going to give you a last sip for the day. So this is a statement from Donna Ashworth called Say It. Never be afraid to let someone know if they brighten the room that they just walked into, or if something they said inspired you to change. Never be embarrassed to share a compliment with a stranger, and don't ever fall into the trap of believing that the people you love know that. Say it. Always say it. Your words may land a little awkwardly at first, but it's still in the still of the night, they will plant themselves into someone's mental garden. They will grow roots, they will gather strength, and they will bloom. There is nothing better you can do with your words than plant that precious seed of positivity. Sow seeds wherever you go, cast your love, and watch it grow.
I love that.
I loved it too. I was like, bookmark, save that.
Perfect.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for having tea with me today. We
Thanks
laughed,
for
we cried, we did all the
I
things.
know.
I love it.
I hate getting choked up.
No, I love it. It was so good. Just going to be great for the ratings. No,
I love it.
I feel like there are ratings.
Yeah.
It's like me on there being like 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars.
I'll share it.
Thanks. If you'd like to work with Chris as a photographer, visit his website at Gosses, Gosses, photography.com. And to learn more about Rainbow Pride of West Virginia as they celebrate their 30th anniversary, visit them online at rainbowpride.org. These links are also going to be available on social media at Spillin Sweet Tea on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you for joining me today for Spillin Sweet Tea. If the story, the conversation, the laughter lifted your spirits up, or you were name dropped, share it with somebody who could use a little bit of sunshine, right? Be sure to subscribe. Share your own sweetness with us. We love to hear stories. Just use that hashtag Spillin Sweet Tea. Until next time, keep looking for the good. Keep learning from one another. Keep your tea sweet, your outlook sweeter. Give us a like, a follow, and subscribe for more sweet tea. Thank you.